Hey, welcome to Rice Hour. Today we have my boyfriend.
Hi.
Today we have very special guest Calvin, and we are making gingerbread houses. And I'm gonna interrogate Calvin until we find the real truth. Okay, let's get started. We already opened it because we were gonna do this outside of camera, but then we decided not to because I forced him to.
What?
Okay, Calvin, tell me a little bit about yourself.
You know, I'm a music producer. I'm also a singer / songwriter / everything in the world.
Oh my god, that was you?
Yeah, I'm the one who actually sang that part. So anyway, we got some.
I sing.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Shit that you don't like.
What
Peppermint.
Oh, peppermint. Ooh.
Some Mike and Ike's.
ASMR. We have balls. Colorful balls.
Beads. We got
in
shit.
The
it's
house.
Just...
Okay.
So debit cards. Am I right, guys?
What?
Why not? You don't agree with that?
I guess we could talk about how we got together. I guess we could talk about that.
You went outside one day looking for the hose. That was the hose, I guess.
I went outside one day looking for the hose, and I slid into Calvin's DMs and was like, "Hey, ma, let me get your number."
True story. I was there.
But we met in high school in Sec 2?
Yeah, Sec 2.
I saw this man when we were in Sec 1, and I was like, I want a piece. And then we were in the same math class in Sec 2. And then... Wait, are we supposed to break this?
We got a Squid Game
confused.
it. We got an actual Squid Game it.
Oh, we have to break it. We have to break this in half.
Oh, wait, because this
we
is
do have to Squid Game it. Okay, tell me your side of the story about how we met.
I was in math class one day.
Okay.
Basically, that one J. Cole song, that's exactly how it went down for me.
You're so stupid.
What? It's true.
Okay.
No, because we were sitting together in my class, but we weren't. I don't think we were next to each other. Were we? I know. No, we weren't next to each other. We're
diagonal.
There's a triangle.
Yeah.
And at first it was a square, then it turned into a triangle. But you were in the triangle. Because there's 4 people. It was me, you.
People who must not be named.
Yeah. And we would just always talk and mess around because we didn't have a math teacher, so there was nothing else to do.
There was this one project that we had in Sec 2. Right before our math teacher left, he was like, okay, I want you guys to build, what was it? A shape? Like a 3D size shaped made out of carton.
Anything, honestly.
And I remember doing it because I had it in my room, and I made 2. I made one out of popsicle sticks and one out of poster papers. And then our teacher never came. And he was like, oh, if you do this, you're going to pass the class. And you're
going to get 100%. Or
right.
You're going to get at least 80.
And then he never came. When the day was submitted, he never came to class. And everybody's like, oh, I'm so glad because I never even did it. And then me and Calvin were talking about that years later. And he's like, that's crazy because I actually did the work.
The worst part about that whole experience is he left to begin with, right? He was missing for... This man, for context, is a African man from Congo, from some African country, and we started off the school year with him. Then he said, "All right, see you guys next week" or whatever. Then he never showed up for the rest of the school year. Came back when there was a month left of school, gave us that fuck ass project, but came back with just came back Jewish. I don't know, and then left again. So all that to say. Never trust a black Jew.
Song reference.
What's your point of view? How did it happen?
Us? I remember I had a crush on you, like, end of high school, end of Sec 2. Literally the last day of school in Sec 2. I, like, had developed this crush for Calvin. And I was like, fuck it, like, let me message him. Because I think he's cute. And it's summer. It's not like I'm going to bump into him anytime soon. So I could, like, avoid the embarrassment if he does reject me for, like, a while. And then I was out with my friends. And I texted him. While I was out with my friends, I was like, I have a crush on you. And then Calvin didn't believe it. He was like, I don't know what you want me to say to that. I remember you said that. That broke my heart. After that, I never developed a crush on anybody. And then he was like, I don't know what you want me to say to that. So I grew some balls and I called him. This was off of Messenger, I remember. And then you, like, answered. You're like, hello? And I was like, yeah, I'm not joking. I have a crush on you. And then you're like, I can't remember what you said, but you're just like, okay. Hung up. And I was so sad. I was like, guys, he doesn't like me. And that was it for me. And then I was like, hey, well, he doesn't like me. But the worst part is that I, like, when I knew I had a crush on Calvin, like, during that semester or that year, like, I had told some of my friends, and they were like, yeah, but he has a crush on you too. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna get a chance. Like, I have a chance. If he has a crush on me, if people are telling me he has a crush on me, then I have a chance. He does actually like me. And then we just never happened. What's your side of the story, mister?
Y'all ready for this?
The truth.
So what had happened was me and Vina in Sec 1. This was, like, actually during, like, the school year, okay?
Of what year?
Of Sec 2, when we were in the same math class, right? We were talking on Kick, and they don't even remember this. I had to, like, bring it up, and they're like, oh, yeah. So we were talking on Kick, and I had a crush on Vina. And I was like, hey, do you want to go out? And then you're like, okay. And then the next day, I got ghosted. And you never texted me ever again. Okay,
the only reason why I believe that story a little bit is because you had mentioned once that, like, you complimented my profile picture when I, like, because I was so insecure about not having my glasses on. And then you were like, oh, you look really cute with your glasses off. Like, because I changed my profile picture with, like, me without my glasses. Mm-hmm. And then you'd mentioned it, like, years later. I was like, because I remember somebody saying that to me, and I was like, oh, that really did make me feel good. That's the only reason why I believe that story. I don't believe that one bit.
Anyways, so not only did I get ghosted, right? In my mind, Vina hated me because how you talk to me in school. I'm like, okay, cool. I guess that's that. And then I get that text out of nowhere, right? So that's why I'm like, am I getting pranked right now? And then I got the call. And you see how Vina said that they're with their friends, which was true. And I heard laughing and giggling and keekling and cackling in the background while all of that was said. So I was like, I'm getting pranked.
And then after that, we just didn't really talk much in high school. You spoke more to Abby than you spoke to me. Yeah. Because I thought you didn't like me and you hated me. And I guess it was the same for you, right?
Yeah.
So we thought we hated each other. We could have been dating from then, but the universe said no. It was 2022. I was in my hoe phase. And me and Calvin didn't really stay in contact. He had me on my spam. And then he posted something on his Instagram, and I was feeling it. I always told Army, you know, if Calvin were to ever message me, you know, shoot a shot, I would drop everything for him. Yeah, so he posted something on Instagram, and I was like, fuck it, I'm in my hoe phase, I'm trying to hit. And then I commented on your post, and I was like, that's funny because I want you. And then
here we are.
Here we are. What was your thoughts when I commented that?
I thought you were just being silly old Vina, and then you added me to your private. Don't worry about what I got going on.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna...
You're building a house, I'm building a home.
No, we dated, we spoke, we were talking, whoa, pause. We were in the talking phase for quite literally like 3 weeks. Something until like Calvin asked me to be his girlfriend. he asked me on the 20th of February, and I was like, bae. Actually, asked me in 2 days because I want our anniversary date to be 2/22/2022. It was the one time that ever happens, and that's our anniversary date. All because of me. What was your favorite date?
I'm trying to think. Probably when we went to, was it hospital?
The hospital?
Yeah, the hospital. That was my favorite date. the Cosmodome.
Ah, the Cosmodome. That was my
um,
birthday. You took me there for my birthday.
Is that the one where we sat back?
No,
That's
that was the planetarium. That was one of my favorite dates too.
Yeah.
My favorite date is when you had planned the paint by color ones, and then he chose a park and we went there and we colored.
Just propped it up.
Made me a little boo basket. It was so cute, and we had din and we had a great time. It was super chill, super nice. It was super cute.
Damn, you're so fast.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for you, man. I told you I'm better than you at everything.
Okay. Drop a beat right now. Ooh.
So when me and Calvin got together, I was living alone in my little apartment with roommates. And then after, I moved back home. And when I moved back home, my mom said she had to meet my boyfriend. How is it like meeting my mommy for the first time?
Honestly, I was kind of nervous. I was kind of scared because you were telling me stories about your mom being very strict. So I was like, ooh, I don't know how this is going to go down, but it went well.
Yeah, my mom loves you. My mom, for reference, is a very strict Muslim woman. I warned Calvin before meeting her that she'd probably say something racist, and she did.
Can I say it?
Yeah, go.
I don't remember how exactly it came up, but I was talking about like doing some chores, and I was like, oh yeah, I just like did my laundry. And then she was like, oh, you do your own laundry? You're so responsible. I was like,
no, it wasn't that.
Was that
She said, she sat in front of you, and she was like, you're not what I expected you to look like. Mm-hmm. And then my mom was like, I don't know, like I thought your hair would be different. Like she said something about, I thought your pants would be sagging.
Yeah, she did say that. She did indeed say that.
I was like, oh fuck. But it's okay. Sometimes your mom would be say some racist about brown people, but you were pushing me to meet your mom very early on. I mean, yeah, but you said like, Vina, why not? Like, we've been friends for so long, it doesn't matter. Like, yeah. For me, like meeting my mom, it's so like important, yeah. And it's big because nobody ever really met my mom like with intentions. Like that's what I had expected it to be like when I met your mom. Like I thought it would be like that, but I know it was super chill. Like your mom was like chilling in her room, and then I was like, I had slept over and I didn't see her the day before. I said hi to her after sleeping over.
Yeah,
I felt bad,
which is fair. But
it's like, fair, but like your mom was asleep.
Yeah, like she works like for context. My mom is a nurse and she works overnight, so like
I wasn't about to wake her up to be like, hey, nice to meet you, good night. Yeah. We met in the morning and I got her a little plant because I wanted her to like me. And yeah, and remember your mom dropped me home, or she dropped me to the metro.
Mm-hmm. What did you guys talk about?
You were there.
What did you guys talk about?
Nothing. She was bumping your music, I remember. Do you want to talk about how you got into music?
I was very young. I was probably like, I want to say 7 or 8. And my dad was like, hey son, check out this program that I have. And he showed me FL Studio. It was like FL Studio 11. And then I was like, this is way too complicated for me, Dad. I don't know why you're showing this to me. And I never touched it. And then one day I was 14. I was like, I want to make some beats. And then I remembered that my dad showed me that program. And that's where I downloaded it illegally.
Legally or illegally?
Illegally. But then I paid for it. But I downloaded it illegally and started making I was making boom bap beats actually. But yeah, that's how I started making music. And then I just joined a collective called Cash Click, that was relevant for a while. Cash Cash. I don't know if people know who that is. And then I said I was leaving Cash Click, and then everyone said, I guess I'm leaving too.
Dang, you were a trendsetter.
No, literally. And and then Cash Cash became a pretty famous producer.
And now, aren't you part of a group?
Yeah, I and like this is still while I was in like Cash Click, but like I ended up joining another collective called Exit the Premises. There's like a sub collective within Exit the Premises called Shine Group that I'm a part of, but like I just haven't made music in so long. Like I damn near can't even call myself a musician anymore.
What are you studying in school?
I am studying in computer science.
You thought about studying music?
Yeah, that was honestly fairly recently. But I figured I might as well finish computer science. And if I want to do music, I can do that later on.
What in music did you want to study?
Engineering. Because I already like engineer. I already, whatchamacallit, mix songs and stuff.
Oh, is it the people that are in the back that move the little thingies?
Kinda. It's mainly like in the studio though. Like mixing vocals. And
Right. What
about you, Fina? Enough about me.
You're the guest here.
I'm kidding.
I haven't lived alone for 4 months. It was so fun. Because I moved back home and I hated it so bad. But at least I got to go to my boyfriend's house and be like, Bookie, I'm here.
And I had a garage.
Oh, my favorite. He had a garage. I parked my car. It was winter time. It was perfect. Had a car. And then we moved in together because I couldn't handle being alone or being at home with my mom. So we moved in together in June, mid-June. We decided to move in before our lease actually started. Or we asked to move in because the place was ready. The place was renovated. And our landlord was like, I mean, yeah, as long as you pay like half the rent beforehand. And we're like, yeah.
Sure. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah, fuck it.
I had to be out of the place that I was at for a reason. Literally, as soon as 2024 started, I just thought I was going to be homeless. So I just had to like make it flip. And I found this like place, thanks to my mom, even though she's the one that was kicking me out. I found this lady. And the lady was like, yeah, like I can like give you over my lease. The landlord is super chill, like the place is nice. And then I move in there. Turns out the landlord is not super chill. The place is alright. And like she was coming like talking about like, I don't even remember exactly how it started, but we ended up beefing. And she's saying like, how I should be grateful because she found me a place. But like it seemed like she was the one trying to use me to get out of her lease. Because like she just wanted to be out of there. She didn't like even like tell the landlord anything. So that's the worst part is like she told the landlord that I would be moving in. The landlord said, no, I don't do that. Sorry.
Like lease transfers.
Yeah. And it's like she still made me move in regardless, knowing that. So I had to like be ducking and dodging, and then the landlord's like brother would come often, and I had to hide my cat because I wasn't allowed to have any pets. So it was just like a headache for actually no reason. And at the end she wanted me to pay her the rent, and I just didn't pay it to her because like fuck that bitch. And then she left me like a big ass like paragraph talking about how like I should be grateful and what this, all that, and the third.
How is it like now living with your girlfriend?
Pretty good, honestly. It's not that different than when I was living alone.
Except you eat more now.
Oh, I don't know what you're talking about. You don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like you had that worry that it would have been like a hard adjustment, at least for me, because you thought I was just used to living alone. Even though I got used to it, it wasn't like, it's not all that different because I still have my own space. Like, like we have our own rooms even though we sleep together.
Me moving in with my man was hard because I've never lived with a man before. I mean, the most that I did live with a man was like my mom's boyfriend when I was like younger, and the glimpse of whenever my dad would be around. But other than that, I never really lived with a man. And I didn't know I didn't know how difficult it was. I don't know, we didn't get into a routine. We were just so used to like me coming over, and we only spent at most like 3 days together, like 3 days straight, because we also had things to do. Like we had to go to school, we had to go to work. So we didn't ever like spend a week together. So I was a bit afraid of that. We got lucky when I found this place, because I honestly thought it was going to be a scam.
Yeah.
But then we saw it and we're like, okay. We'd seen like a couple places before that.
There was like one that we almost.
The guy ghosted us, basically.
Yeah.
The guy ghosted us.
He made it seem like we're about to get it though. He was like, "Oh, I really like you guys. You guys are students." Like he was just like really gassing us up.
And it wasn't that far from the area that we wanted to be in. But I don't know. I think I see ourselves more here than there, like closest to where we would be.
Why are you an asshole?
So that's proof of having an orange cat. Yeah, I can't imagine living anywhere else but here. I think we made, like, this is not my aesthetics, but it was very nice for the price that we pay for. We also got a new couch.
New TV that's
New
playing
TV.
South Park right now, even though you can't see it.
Whoa. Oh my god. How does it feel like being in a interracial couple relationship?
You're not white, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I asked you yesterday if I was white, would you still love me? And you said yes.
Yeah. But I feel different about being in an interracial relationship, because it's like, I'm black and you're Asian, so we eat the same food. So it's like, it's not even like interracial for real.
No, Filipinos and Jamaicans have so much in common, actually.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
That's why we love each other.
But what about our other parts? No, we have no problems being in an interracial relationship. I think one of our biggest fears right now, being in such a long-term relationships, is having our parents meet. Our moms meet. I'm a Gemini. He's a Scorpio. My mom's a Scorpio, and his mom is a Gemini. So if we can get along, they should get along. However, my mom is a very strict Muslim, hijabi woman. And your mom is?
She's like fairly progressive, you know. She got piercings and tattoos. She's cool. She's a cool mom.
She's not a regular mom. She's a cool mom.
Let's just put it this way: like she's religious, but she's not conservative religious. Versus Vina's mom is conservative religious.
Yeah, my
like,
mom
music is haram. You can't listen to music.
Yeah, my mom don't listen to music. My mom don't watch TV. It was just the fact that she didn't want me to be dating. She always told me that I needed to date when I turned 25. Now my mom loves my man, but that's like one of our biggest worries now is just our parents meeting. And I'm sure that's like probably a worry for other people's relationships too, where they feel like their parents might clash. So this is what my house looks like. Very cutesy, very girly, very yassified, very cunt. The back is it's not
bare.
done because I didn't know what to do. Like I was over here yapping and trying to figure out what to talk about, but this is what my house look like.
So, like I said, you're making a house. I was making a home.
All right, here he go. Your home was about to break.
This is what my home looks like. You see, I got the
mohawk.
Do you dig? And I got the peppermint. I got the doorknob.
Where's your See, I got a chimney. Calvin, you're gonna drop it.
We don't need a chimney.
How's Santa Claus gonna come inside?
Nah, this is his house.
This is the house.
Nah, this is where he goes after a long day of work.
Something that me and Calvin had recently started to do.
Right.
We started. You don't even know what we're talking about.
I do actually.
Okay, so since we moved in together, we watched a lot of movies, and we've taken a lot of recommendations from people, mostly my friends.
Right.
And watching movies and watching movies that are fairly popular and rating them. So we're gonna go through them very briefly. There's one thing that is not written right now, but I wanted to start off with it, and that's The Beekeeper, because that is the first movie that was recommended, not from just one person, but from one person in my life and one person in his life, and they both said it was a good movie. So we took a night where we were like, amazing, let's color, make it a date out of this. We had dinner, we went down, watched the movie. Why was it the worst movie we have ever seen?
All right, that's a little strong. I won't say it's the worst movie that we ever seen, but it wasn't that good. No, it wasn't as good as people were making it out to be. Like, it was your typical Jason Statham action movie.
We don't like action movies. So we saw Memento. I gave it a 5 out of 10, and you gave it a 7 out of 10. What do you have to say about that movie?
First of all, we didn't even like fully watch it. Technically, we kind of like watched it halfway, and we're like, all right, this is kind of boring. Let's skip through it. So honestly, it did what it needed to do. It's like, it's all right. You know, I don't want to spoil it in case anybody wants to watch it, but it's like not a linear story. So that's kind of why I feel it threw you off. But
the only reason why we rated it that number is because we watched a YouTube video on what it was supposed to be like if it was linear.
That's true.
And it was a pretty good story.
That's very true.
But we understand why it was made that way. Our next movie is The Lodge.
That one, actually, I fucked with it. That one was pretty good.
I gave it a 4 out of 10, and you gave it a 2 out of 10.
I definitely didn't fuck with it.
You said you fuck with it.
No, because, like, from what I remember, it was, like, okay. I think it ended very stupidly. That's what it was.
I think that's what it was, too.
Yeah. The ending was like, oh, I mean...
Okay. Anybody could have predicted that. Super Dark Times. This one was, do you remember this one? I gave it an 8 out of 10, and you gave it an 8.5 out of 10. Yeah, it was the Katana.
That one was pretty good. I watched it twice, actually.
Huh?
Well, technically I watched it twice. I watched it the one time with you, and I had it in the background.
Oh.
So it's like I watched it twice, but like
okay. Twice. It's like, who are you watching movies with without me? No, this one was a really good movie. This was recommended by my friend Emma. And she gave us a bunch of movies to watch too, but we didn't get to them. But that one was a really good movie to watch. I really like that one. Then we have Trap. I gave it a 9 out of 10, and Calvin gave it an 8 out of 10.
I mean,
I like this movie too. I like the ending too because it wasn't like stereotypical. If it ended the way that I thought it would have ended, like any other movie, I wouldn't have liked it as much.
Fair. The only thing I can say about Trap is that there were some points the acting was terrible.
Yeah, the acting was terrible at some parts.
But it was still a good movie.
Yeah. Inside Out 2, which is what I watched. Calvin didn't see it. I gave it a 7. I give it a 7 out of 10. The first one was better.
Didn't have no horny emotion.
No. Maxine, the third movie from the trilogy. You remember we saw it with Army and Ali and Emma?
I remember, but I can't remember like what happened.
Exactly. So I gave it an 8.5 out of 10, and Calvin gave it a 6 out of 10. I said the two others were better.
I genuinely can't remember what happened. I remember the other two.
And that's why he gave it a 6 out of 10. A Quiet Place Day 1. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Calvin gave it a 7.
I had cats. I like a cat.
Yeah, the cat was cute. I like that part.
I think that's why I hated it, because it's like, bro, the cat is doing like opening the can and meowing. Like I know that one and that one were dead.
Then we saw The Black Phone. 9 out of 10 for me, 8 out of 10 for Calvin. This one was a very realistic movie.
Until the end.
Until the very, very end. Then we have We Live in a Time. This is something I saw with my friend. I give it a 5 out of 10. I thought it would be sadder. It's What's Inside. Do you remember this one? It was a 10 out of 10 for me. Calvin gave it a 9. Yeah. This was recommended by Army.
I'd watch it again. It was a really good movie. It was a really great movie.
It was great. It's so good.
It was like everything about it. I think it was really good. The pacing about it, like it never felt like too slow or like too long. I felt that it was just, it's just very smooth.
So I don't know if anybody has seen Bodies, 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 but if Bodies, Bodies, Bodies hadn't been used for a movie title, I think that would have been a perfect title for this one. Yeah. Then we have Smile 2. I gave it an 8. Calvin gave it a 6. I love the actress. That's probably why I gave it an 8. She was so slay the house.
It was great acting.
Really good.
But
also, one of the guys from Euphoria is in it.
Yeah.
which was
The one
funny.
that got beat up by Nate Jacobs.
Yep. Then we saw The Joker Folie à Deux. So,
All right.
okay.
All right.
We have heard so many bad reviews for this movie. And we were like, how bad could it be? Because everybody's hating on it. We knew it was going to be a musical.
Yeah.
And it kind of made sense in our head that it was going to be a musical.
Like, watching it made sense. Like, at first I was like, I don't know how they're going to do it, but it made sense.
Yeah. We gave it an 8.5 out of 10 each. We really liked the movie.
I honestly, I would watch it again. I think people were too harsh on it and were too, like, focused on action, because that's not what the whole point of the movie was about. Even the first movie, like, although there was technically more action in the first one, it wasn't an action movie. Mm-hmm. So I don't understand the hate for that movie. It was a really good movie. Great sequel.
Yeah, I really liked it. Mm-hmm. And then Calvin, like, was explaining to me, like, certain parts of the movie that made it even better, like the ending and, like, certain actors that were in it. And I was like, ooh, this is even better. Mm-hmm. So I don't know, we really liked that one. This is why you need to watch movies and base your own opinions. Then we have Speak No Evil. I gave it a 9. Calvin gave it a 7. I really like this movie. I really like the actor. I love the plot twist was really good.
I got nothing to say about it. It was really
Blackbird.
Oh, that's the show.
Yeah, this is a show. This is really good. I gave it a 9.5. I don't
Honestly,
have your rating.
I think we had the same rating. That's why.
Okay. You also gave it a 9.5 then. It was a series. We saw, it was you who recommended it to watch.
Mm-hmm. It was it's based on a true story.
It was based off a true story. We asked your mom to watch it.
She didn't like it. She said it was boring. She said it was slow, but also she's the one who said she liked the Beekeeper. So. And
lastly, we watched Honora. We both gave it a 7. It was kind of slow. I feel like they could have done a little bit more. I liked the ending though. The ending really did get me. I almost cried.
I feel like the movie was like a good watch, all around. Like, there's some like funny moments, you know. It was like a good watch. I feel like it didn't really have much going on for it in terms of like the story.
Every time a pair of tits would come on, I would be like this. Okay, do you have any questions for me?
Did it hurt when you fell from
You're so stupid. Say goodbye to Calvin forever. Unless somebody has some stuff that you want to ask him.
Drop some Q&As, man.
Yeah, I don't know what to ask him because I know everything about him. I want one. Baby. Ugh. This is our family photo.
It's crying.
Thank you so much for watching my episode with my lovely boyfriend and my 2 beautiful cats. I'll see you. Okay, not the mic moving. I'll see you next time with or without Calvin. Say bye.
Bye. See you next time, friends and family. And what would Jakes be like? He'd be like, for the gal them and the boy them, for the trendsetters and the bag getters, for the
ladies with gentle hands,
the ladies and gentlemen and the ladies with gentle hands, just all of them. Blessings to you and your family. Happy
goodbye
holidays.
Ladies and mistakes.